Everybody needs good neighbours with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbours should be there for one another. That's when good neighbours become good friends.
Come on in, doors open. Oh.
What's the trouble, Dad?
Better give us a lift to the hospital for a checkup. I've had a crook night.
Now, didn't I tell you last night you should go straight there?
Listen, I asked you for a lift, not a lecture. Oh!
Come on then, let's go. You know, I reckon you've really blown it this time, Dad.
Eh?
I always thought you had such strong views about drink driving.
Forget it, will you?
Forget it. Look, you've blown your licence for sure, you know that?
It's my problem, right?
Oh, is it? Well, what about the business? Now, how's that going to run itself?
Now look, one more word out of you and I'll walk to the hospital.
Sorry, you obviously got a bad hangover as well.
Well, don't just stand there, open the bleeding door. Oh!
Sorry.
Morning, Maria.
Good morning.
I was just on my way over to see how Max is.
Well, he called Shane over an hour ago, and he wants him to go over there. What really happened last night, Nick?
Well, that's what I dropped by to explain.
Well?
Well, we had a few drinks. A few too many, obviously. And, one thing led to another. I insisted on Max driving my car. I don't really know what happened then. I don't think he does either. All I know is that he braked suddenly and hit the steering wheel. There's hardly a scratch on the car.
That's one consolation.
Would you like to come over and see him with me?
No. I talked to him on the phone, and he said he's all right.
Well, if he's all right, perhaps I could get you to make me a cup of coffee. It was quite a night.
Sorry. Come on through.
You wouldn't catch me drinking milk from this dirty old thing.
You would if you were thirsty.
Hey, watch out!
We waited as long as we could before we bothered you, Mrs. Forbes, but now that your husband's funeral's over, we have to decide what's going to happen.
Happen?
With the farm. You must admit it is run down and you couldn't possibly manage it on your own. Mrs. Forbes?
We used to sell our milk in the village. Was a village then. It's grown up now, you know. Too many people. Too much machinery. Not enough craft left.
That's progress, Mrs. Forbes. You can't stop it. Now, about selling the farm.
Selling?
We were discussing your future. The farm? We'll have to sell it. Now, the bank has to cover its money, of course.
Yes, you're right. I couldn't manage it on my own. You prepare the papers and I'll sign them. Butter, cheese. We made all our own, you know. Not like the rubbish you get now. It's all that machinery. You prepare the papers.
Oh, yes. Yes, thank you.
Turn that thing down, will you, Julie? Why aren't you at work anyway?
Because I missed some time off. I've worked over a lot lately.
Pity I had to pick this morning.
Pardon?
Nothing.
I chose to take this morning off because it suited me, Paul.
Oh no, leaving poor old Des to cope all on his own.
Poor old Des has got Greg to hold his hand.
Yeah, the way I hear it, your precious boss's son's more of a hindrance than a help.
Oh, look, I just wish you and Des had better things to do than pull other people to pieces.
Yeah, I reckon Des would like to pull him to pieces, limb by limb.
Oh, look, you carry on like a couple of school kids. As far as I'm concerned, Greg is twice the man either of you two are.
Man?
Yes, man. Believe me, it takes a real man to give the girl the big push when she's coming on strong. That's what he did with Marilyn. Yeah. I'd like to see either of you two clowns do it. No, you take the coward's way out. Greg is a man, not a mouse.
I heard it was the other way around.
That's right. Des would be bound to say that.
How come you always manage to hear something when you're not supposed to?
Paul, don't just leave your dirty sneaker shoe in the desk.
It's not mine, it's Scott's.
Oh, God help that child when he eventually decides to come running home. Putting us through all this hell wondering where he is.
Hello, Mrs. Forbes. I'm Pam Hammond.
Oh, yes. Well, come in. Something wrong?
Well, I was expecting to be met with a shotgun.
A lot of people are. I'll be sure to use it too if I have to.
Yes, I'm sure.
That lot down the village told you, I suppose, did they?
Oh, amongst other little things.
Yes, well, they believe what I want them to believe. You from the bank as well?
No, I'm not from the bank.
You're going to sell my farm.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm here.
So you are from the bank?
No. No, I'm from social welfare. I'm going to make sure that you're looked after when you leave the farm.
I'm not leaving the farm. Too much to do. Did the boys send for you?
Boys?
My nephews, they're brothers, good boys.
Oh. How's this, Mrs. Forbes?
Oh, the boys.
My nephews.
I see. Well, we'll have to be making a decision about their future, won't we?
I mean, 2 hours just to put this into a sling.
Cope with a few emergencies as well, Dad.
Well, they ought to have a separate department, but...
Here, let me. I'll do that.
No, you don't. I can manage.
Oh, who are you kidding? You may as well get used to it for a while anyway.
Yeah, I suppose I'll get the hang of it. Fending for myself.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, you're going to have to put up with it. That's what families are for, Dad. To help you when you need it.
Yeah. Listen, thanks for taking me down.
Right, now, where's your diary?
My diary?
Yeah, well, we've got to sort out what we can do and what we can't, and then let the people know.
We?
Yes, Dad, we. From now on, you've got yourself a partner. Whether you like it or not. You can't let this family business collapse.
Maria?
Can I come in?
Oh, yeah, come in. Sure. Well, what brings you here?
Oh, Nick drove me. I said I'd get the bus back.
Oh, good.
Shane phoned me about your arm.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. Not bad, but, you know, a lot of fuss over nothing. Oh, please, sit down. Yeah.
Where's Shane?
Oh, he went home. I told him I was all right.
And are you? I mean, can you manage on your own?
Yeah, I'll be all right, you know.
Who cleans the room?
Oh, some woman, about once a week, you know.
Oh.
Oh, would you like a cup of tea?
I'll get it.
No, let me. Any word to Danny?
No.
So which side of the family are you boys from? Well, perhaps you can tell me. Are they from your side of the family or your husband's?
They're my nephews.
Yes, I know. Never mind. Is there any reason why you won't be going back to your family?
Mrs. Forbes is our family.
But Mrs. Forbes is going into care.
Who said so?
It's all right, Danny. Mrs. Hammond knows what she's doing.
But we'll look after you, Mrs. Forbes.
No.
That's interesting. You call your aunt Mrs. Forbes. Look, why don't we sort all this out later on? I'll check on a very nice hostel in Ballyvale. You'll be well looked after with people of your own age.
And where's the money coming from?
Oh, your pension will take care of that. With some left over for you to spend on yourself. And what about you two?
We'll manage.
Well, you look old enough to take care of yourselves. Now, you know where you can contact me? I'll be in touch in a few days.
OK, you two. So now you know. You may as well go home.
No way.
Don't you see you have to? They'll find out you're not my nephews. So what do you say, eh? Swallow your pride. Call your family, ask them to come and get you.
She's right, you know. I'm going to call my dad. Our dad.
Oh, great. Well, fantastic. Can you imagine what he'll do to us when he finds out? He'll belt the living daylights out of us.
It's up to you. Just let me know.
We have to go back.
Well, you go if you want to. There's no way I'm going back to cop it for something I didn't do.
So, what do you reckon?
God, some people have all the luck, don't they?
No, son, it's not luck. Maybe a bit of being in the right place at the right time, but mainly I knew what I wanted and I went for it.
Yeah, well, that'll never happen to me. Good old family sedan's about all I can afford.
That's where you're wrong. Like I say, decide what you want and go for it.
Maybe. Well, when I finish uni.
Yeah, well, don't leave it too late, Paul. Like I say, look, there's more to life than this little corner of the world. Than just this street.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes I wonder about this.
Not really happy at uni, are you?
It's okay.
Yeah, well, take my advice. If you're not really into it, don't stay on.
It's what Dad always wanted for me.
Well, sure, any loving parent would. But there comes a point when you've got to make up your own mind. Are you really doing what you want to? Are you really heading where you should be?
Well, I did think of giving it away, doing a bit of social work, that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, Jim told me about that. But when it comes down to it, I mean, who cares? Who appreciates it?
Well, the kids you helped, eh? Sometimes, I guess.
Now you're really getting somewhere. Now you're beginning to answer the questions. When it comes to the point, you've got to make up your mind where you're at. I mean, uni, the kids, following your old man into the engineering business, or this. And if it's this you want, the big wide world at your feet, then I'm the one to help you. Now, what I'm trying to say, Paul, is if this is what you want, I can set you on your way.
All that junk, pile it in the back of the ute. Can go to the tip.
No worries. Won't know it when we're finished.
And when you're finished in the yard, I want you both to come inside the house. There's something I have to say to you two brothers.
I don't see how Shane can help you. He's not really a plumber.
Oh, no, but all I really need at the moment's a driver. He's a fast learner, buddy. He'll be right.
Well, you both know best.
You going?
Yes. I'll catch the next bus.
Oh, thanks for coming, Maria.
If there's anything you want, you know where we are.
Yeah.
You didn't fool me. Not for one moment. There's no way you two are brothers. Good mates. Oh, yes, maybe. But brothers fight. Besides, you got different blood in you, I can tell. It was warm today. So warm that when you're out in the yard, you took your shirts off. So where are the scars from all the beatings you took from your old man? Surely a couple of scars or a bruise or two? No, you didn't fool me. The good mates stick together. And it's time for you to decide where you're going to go from here. As for the farm, it's all over. Finished. Now's the time for the reckoning.
Oh, here's to you, Paul.
I'll have to talk it over with Dad first, though.
Oh, sure. That's the general idea. Look, grab him. Bring him in here. That's how fathers and sons should make decisions, over a beer.
Yeah, Dad's not one for too much social drinking, though.
Look, I don't want to interfere, don't get me wrong. But I've been around. I've seen it all. And sometimes you tend to get so wrapped up in your own little world, you forget what's out there.
What do you reckon my chances are?
Paul, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And if you decide you want a career in the airline business, all you got to do is say the word, and I'll get you an interview. From then on, it's up to you.
Still a big decision, though. Either a 9-to-5 engineer or getting around the world on a jumbo jet as an airline steward.
And here's to that decision. Let's hope you make the right one.
Okay.
Hello, Daphne. I've been waiting for you to come home.
It's nice to know someone cares. What are you doing home?
Oh, they've given me some time off. Oh, apparently you went into the bank this afternoon whilst you were out shopping.
Yes, I needed some money. That's why most of us go into banks.
Yes. And you wasted no time opening your big mouth about me to Des.
Oh, and who told you that?
He did. He phoned me about 30 minutes ago and told me off for talking to you about bank business.
Oh, I'm sorry. When you said Des was in danger of losing his promotion because he was living with a stripper, I didn't realise it was said in confidence.
Well, it was.
Bull! You're not naive enough to think you can hurl around insults without me doing something about them.
Oh, you think that was insulting, do you? Well, I could do much better than that if you push your luck.
Oh, showing our true colours now, are we? Well, go on, get it all off your chest while you're in the mood.
No, you're not worth it. And Max Ramsay was dead right to try and keep you out of this street.
You never give up, do you?
Oh, shut up, Paul! And if you had any decency, you wouldn't come into this place.
Sorry about that.
Oh, forget it. I like your new car.
Oh, yeah, I should be so lucky. But maybe one day he's offered me a job.
Oh, I see. He's looking for a co-pilot, is he?
No. He said he could get me an interview for a steward's job. How's that? Travel and see the world and get paid for it.
You'd give uni away?
Oh, yeah, I'd have to. But fantastic, eh? A steward's job.
I guess so. How would your dad take it?
Oh, he won't be too thrilled. But then that's not the point, is it?
Listen, mate, you go if you want to. I'm not.
But we can't split up now.
It's up to you. I'm moving on. You either come with me or you don't.
But we can't keep running. They'll find us sooner or later.
So they'll find us.
Well, that welfare woman knows where we are.
Yeah, but she doesn't know where we're going.
Ah, I'm glad you're still here.
We won't leave until we know you've been looked after.
I'm all right. And whatever trouble you're in, well, that's up to you. As far as I'm concerned, you're sensible enough to make your own way.
Mrs. Forbes, if you knew we were in trouble, how come you didn't dob us in?
Dob you in? Who to?
The police.
We all do things we regret, Danny, things we shouldn't do, but have to deal with them in our own way. Having you two around was like having a new lease of life. But whether we like it or not, it's all over. I want you to have these.
Jeez, Mrs. Forbes.
Something to remember me by, eh? Those were my husband's most treasured possessions.
Then you should keep them, Mrs. Forbes. Or sell them.
Sell them? I don't think I'll need money where I'm going. No. He'd have wanted you to have them. All right?
Okay.
Thanks.
And if you two boys have got any sense, you get a move on. Because now they know where you are, they'll be around to pick you up.
What about you?
Didn't you hear what that woman said? I'm going into care. Goodbye, Danny. Goodbye, Scott. If I'd had a couple of sons, I'd have liked them to be like you boys.
Well, that's it then.
She seems so calm about everything.
Yeah. The most treasured possessions.